and ghouls, welcome to another exciting movie review. Today we're going to be reviewing The Forest. Make sure you stay on the path. To get through some of the technical aspects of this movie, it's classified as horror, which I kind of disagree with that a little bit. It is also PG-13, and the runtime is 95 minutes. The main actress in it, who plays two parts, because it is about twins, is Natalie Dormer. You may know her from The Hunger Games, The Game of Thrones, and if you are like really into her, then you can also check out her new upcoming movie in 2016, Patient Zero. Sarah goes out looking for her slightly troubled twin that has been reported missing in Japan. Now the interesting twist to this is she is missing in the Suicide Forest, which is pronounced Aokigahara. Ooh, I think I got it. I've got pronunciation up here. I've got these big old cue cards up here. You guys have no idea because I can't remember anything. And now that I'm not wearing my glasses, I can't see anything either. But that doesn't matter. That's not a part of the movie review. So let's talk about this. So the basis of this movie, the storyline of this movie, starts out pretty good. I actually enjoy the storytelling part of it and the whole preface of the movie. I also love how this movie starts, because a lot of horror movies start out extremely dry, extremely long. It takes a long time to get the characters introduced and the backstory introduced to know exactly what you're going to be dealing with. This movie does do a great job of bringing you like right up to date with everything that's going on, introducing basically the main characters, and from there it does get just a little dry. Just a little dry. So if you go watch this in the theater, make sure that you grab your Diet Coke, or your Coke, or your Sprite, or whatever you happen to smuggle in. One thing that I did not like is I did not like the abrupt dream sequences. Every once in a while, there'd be like a flashback or a dream sequence of some kind. And it kind of toyed with the mind, or it played with the mind. It confused my mind, which is very easily confused. But it confused me to the point of actually distracting me from watching some of the movies. Like, wait a second, what did I just see? Okay, now that fits in the timeline. How? However, with this movie, maybe that's what they intended you to do, and if that's what their intentions were, then they worked. If you like to go and watch these kinds of movies, these horror movies, because you like the jump scare factor, you like that stuff just bam coming out of nowhere and being right in your face. I just scared my dog. Then I think that you might actually enjoy this movie for the most part, because it does have a good storyline and it does have a lot of good jump scares. However, during the center of the movie, and I don't want to give too much away, but during the center of the movie, it kind of gets a little far-fetched. And it's hard to actually, it's not as believable, I think, as what it could be or what they were setting out for this movie to be. Another character by the name of Aiden is introduced into the movie, and he's basically Sarah's ticket to actually going into the forest, because nobody wants to bring her in there. Nobody wants to go in there because in Japan, this is like a huge thing. So Sarah actually goes, before she goes into the forest, she goes and visits some of her sister's places, and apparently she has like this, because she is a twin, and she's looking for a twin, which kind of sells the movie a little bit. You have to admit, hot twins are hot. Right? And yes, I just defined a word with a word. But she goes into a lot of places that her sister had been, basically trying to pick up information, find out, you know, why did she go in the forest, which is never actually answered. So during the course of the movie, there's a lot of paranormal phenomena that happens to Sarah. And I really, really want to spoil this movie, because there's a lot of pivotal points in here that I would like to discuss. There is a backstory that the two sisters, when they were younger, something happened to their parents, and they both see different things. One sister, Sarah, doesn't see anything at all, and the other sister, Jess, the one that Sarah is looking for in the forest, saw something, and it's just, I don't know, I can't give too much away, but I liked that part of the story, because that is something that is true. That is something that our minds actually conjure up, and that made the storyline believable. However, towards the end of the movie, when I can't say that either, because that'll give it away too. Okay, I will say this: I was not pleased with the end of the movie. I wasn't, and I'd love to tell you guys why, but Basically, it was a decent movie, especially for January, because no real scary movies, like good scary movies, usually come out around this time of the year. But I feel basically, if you like horror movies, if you like this kind of movie, then maybe go out and see it. I'm actually going to give it like maybe a 5.5 out of 10 bodies down the river. And you'll see what I'm talking about when you watch a movie. But yeah, so 5.5 bodies down the river. Maybe 6. No, maybe 5. Between 5 and 6 bodies down the river. You choose. If you guys have seen the movie, then please do me a favor and comment down below. I'd love to see what your take is on it. And, you know, basically my recommendation is, if you can wait to see this at home, you could probably save $1 or $2. I don't think that this would be a movie that I would purchase for my own private collection. In fact, I might not even see it again unless, you know, somebody wants to invite me out to see it again, and then I might sit through it again. There might be some more things that you might pick up from it. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the movie review. Post everything down below. Don't forget to look down there and hit the subscribe button so that you can keep abreast of all, I just said breast, oh my gosh, of all the daily vlogs. That is Halloween Hellmouth. We do Halloween stuff on this channel. Usually. Sometimes. Most of the time. Well, sometimes. Definitely during Halloween. Anyway guys, happy haunting, and we'll see you in the next review, which should be The Boy. Weird, strange things that happen. Basically, paranormal phenomenon. Alright, she's laid down now. She's not going to bump you guys again. I scared my dog so much now she's